It's like the dog that caught the car. Now what? The now what is a big deal.
Now what? That's the top question around the metro and in DeSoto, Kansas. A $4 billion Panasonic battery plant just broke ground there. Eventually, that'll bring an estimated 8,000 jobs to a town that's just more than 6,000 people. Kansas officials fought hard to land that project. They've already started looking to another city that welcomed a similar project a few years ago to see what Kansas needs to do now to get ready.
In the mid-1990s, Reno, Nevada found that more people were going to Las Vegas for fun, so Reno started betting on manufacturing. In 2016, Tesla and Panasonic opened an electric vehicle battery plant in the Reno area, kicking off 8 years of new investment, development, and growing pains. The steady stream of cars and trucks betrays the fact that this mostly unmarked but massive Tesla and Panasonic plant in the desert helps power its western Nevada community in more ways than one.
For us, it was a game changer, and it drastically changed our region. These owners, the developers of this park, is now looking at a 2.0 on the other side of those big ridges over there.
Brian Bonifant has been studying wages, cost of living, and the economic landscape all around Reno for 3 decades. In 2014, Tesla and Panasonic started building this gigafactory plant there, making parts of electric vehicles and the batteries that power them. It's created a long chain of trade-offs. Local wages have grown to about $40 an hour, good for workers, bad for their former employers.
So if you're paying $15 an hour plus tips at a restaurant or bar in Reno Sparks, and guess if you can make $40 an hour out here without dealing with grumpy clients, then that's how they've got a lot of the labor force is cannibalizing the workforce. So that's an issue in itself.
What people fail to understand is that company doesn't come, you get zero taxes.
Mike Kazmersky leads the Economic Development Agency of Western Nevada and was instrumental getting Tesla and Panasonic to set up shop there.
What that does is it sucks employees out of everything they're doing right now.
He spent the last few months telling anybody who will listen around the Kansas City metro not to underestimate the impact Panasonic's plant in DeSoto will have on local industries and housing. In Reno, higher wages have fueled bidding wars for homes, especially City Council member Devin Reese says since new houses couldn't be built fast enough.
Make decisions now. Get out ahead of it. Don't wait for it to be 10 years into the project and you're saying, well, we got a housing crisis. No, you have a housing crisis today.
The median value for a home has gone up almost $200,000 just in the last 2 years. That's either driving people farther out of downtown or driving them out of the region altogether.
The profile of this town has really changed.
Amy Bekovich admits she's one of the most vocal critics of how the new industry has changed the quiet Reno she grew up in.
They seem to be in a mindset where it's just more.
And yet, selling her 2 rental properties worked out pretty well for her.
Because the market was what it was at that time, we decided let's just sell. And so these are homes again that, were purchased for $150,000 and they sold for $500, $525. Yeah.
Wages are never going to keep up with cost of living.
Those sales are keeping renters like Elijah Lyons from buying a home or even staying in the apartments they already have. He says 2 of his raises at work were essentially wiped out by rent increases.
I know quite a few folks have left Reno just because, mathematically, eventually it's not worth it.
These high-density apartment buildings with shops along the ground floor are new to the Reno area, but they're being built because of the increased demand and all the people they have to house, at least partially because of the Gigafactory and all the other businesses over at the industrial center.
Construction is through the roof, which is great on paper, but makes it difficult to live here.
That's been the case for about 6 years now for Elijah, prompting a lifelong resident to realize that by the time he's ready to start a family, housing could be his main issue.
An issue to the point that, honestly, I feel like there's only a finite amount of time left for me in this town.
But if they can stick around, workers looking for a change have opportunities in Reno that don't exist elsewhere. Since the Gigafactory opened in 2016, thousands of people have been trained up here at Truckee Meadows Community College using a curriculum created by Panasonic and Tesla to teach potential workers what they need them to know.
we can train them up for entry-level work in a matter of weeks.
Truckee Meadows Community College President Dr. Karin Hilgersom says they've created a long list of stackable credentials and degrees, allowing workers to land an entry-level job and then train themselves into the management ranks in an industry that she predicts will only grow.
And when all the other American automakers, I mean, they're all jumping on this EV train, and I'm so glad that they are. There's going to be lots and lots of jobs in this area.
Jobs in Reno and now DeSoto.
1, 2, and 3. Perfect.
Fears about thousands of workers flooding the region from out of state, Mike says, never materialized, largely because of those local community college training programs.
Our numbers on a new company are 90% of the jobs are filled by people already here. 90%.
KU Med is going to have more people going there.
Councilmember Reese says nearby cities and counties can all benefit from it if they do the work now to make it as easy as possible to do business there for builders and the new companies trying to be close to Panasonic.
If it doesn't happen right in DeSoto, they'll just move across the county lines into another area and build there because someone will welcome them to do it.
So Kansas officials made a few trips out to Reno while they were trying to get the Panasonic plant to pick DeSoto. Already, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly tells me that she's working at the state level to try to address the affordable housing problems. Local community colleges tell me they've already been working together for months now to create similar worker training programs in Johnson County.